Spring Equinox celebrations at Stonehenge, March 20, 2016. Photo. Stonehenge Stone Cricle, CC by 2.0. Spring has sprung. This weekend, the world is celebrating the spring, or fall, for those in the southern hemisphere. Equinox, the time the sun crosses the celestial equator as it moves northward, providing Earth's hemispheres with an equal amount of sunlight and creating days and nights of approximately equal length around the world. This year, spring equinox is especially unique because, due to a quirk of the Gregorian calendar, it's the earliest it has been since 1896. As the Old Farmer's Almanac explains, any year divisible by 4 is considered a leap year unless the year is also divisible by 100, so century years, e.g., 800, skip the leap year. The exception to this rule kicks in when a century year is divisible by 400, as it was in the year 2000, which, per the rule, was a leap year. This exception has caused solstice and equinox dates to move slightly earlier each year since, and this year, spring equinox, officially at 4:30 a.m. UTC on March 20th, culminates the trend. All this to accommodate the fact that an Earth year is 11 minutes shy of being exactly 365.25 days. The quirks of measuring time are also why astronomical events such as the equinoxes were so important in ancient cultures. Equinoxes and solstices are a reliable way to mark seasons, and human civilizations throughout history have monitored such astronomical phenomena, incorporating these events into their cultural and religious practices. Today, evidence of these practices can be observed through the buildings and structures our ancestors left behind. To celebrate today's equinox, we've compiled a list of ancient structures designed to interact with the astronomical arrival of spring. El Castillo. Chichen Itza El Castillo, also known as the Pyramid of Kukulkán, is the 79-foot pyramid at the center of the ancient Mayan site of Chichen Itza. Built around 1000 AD, the structure was built to create a fantastic visual effect during the spring and autumn equinoxes. During the equinox sunset, light hits the pyramid at an angle, creating what appears to be the shadow of a massive snake as it slithers down the pyramid steps. It could be a coincidence, but many argue that the pyramid's many sculptures representing the feathered snake god imply that the effect was intentional. Embedded content. A time-lapse video of the solar alignment during equinoxes. Video. SmithsonianNMAI. Mnajdra The Mnajdra temples on Malta consist of 3 structures built over a period of 1,000 years beginning around 3600 BC. The buildings are the remnants of what was once a much larger complex, and its lowest temple may have been used as an astronomical and calendrical site, interacting with the equinoxes and solstices. According to observers, the spring equinox sunrise bisects the entrance to the lower temple, shining light through the main passageway and into a small shrine within the complex. Details of the civilization that built Mnajdra are scarce, so it's difficult to determine the exact motivations behind the design. Entrance to one of the Mnajdra temples. Photo. Jennifer Morrow, CC by 2.0. Angkor Wat in Cambodia. Angkor Wat was constructed and oriented to interplay with astronomical events throughout the year. A 1976 article in Science detailed the discoveries of a group of University of Michigan researchers who numerically and astronomically analyzed the temple, constructed between 1113 and 1150 AD, on the spring equinox. The researchers wrote, "An observer standing at the southern edge of the first projection on the causeway, just in front of the western entrance gate, can see the sun rise directly over the top of the central tower of Angkor Wat." The University of Michigan team emphasized the significance of the orientation, pointing out that the spring equinox marks the beginning of the sun's annual journey, regardless of the exact date of the lunar solar new year, which would have been significant to 12th century Cambodians, who based their calendar on lunar and solar cycles. Angkor Wat. Photo. Arielski, CC by ND2. 0. Heavenweep Castle. Heavenweep, situated on what is now the Colorado-Utah border, was built between 1200 and 1380 and is part of a settlement that once housed over 500 people, according to a slide deck prepared by the University